Hey there guys, this was Nature880 and I'm back again with an episode of some Fishing Planet. Yes guys, Fishing Planet. Now obviously in the last episode I was actually in the Everglades. Unfortunately my gear had a bit of trouble trying to get a tarpon. In other words, I couldn't get one on my line or hook at all. So obviously I'm going to be doing the Everglades trials. Obviously as you can see I have already caught these fish, but I'm going to go over how to catch these fish a bit easier. Which are pretty easy, it's just tarpon. Tarpon's the worst for me. So anyway, now I should be able to change my reel from my rods. Obviously, I've got my normal float rod set up here. I'll probably have to change that. I'm not going to be using my feeder because this will not really catch anything. But yes, I will be taking my Loki and my Phoenix because these should be able to bring in the tarpon pretty easy. So I do have to move my reel over and a few things over here and there. So let me just get this all put back into my stash for the minute. So I should be able to, when I'm at the location, change my reel and lines around as of and when I need to. So, I'm going to throw that onto there. I'm going to put my titanium leader. I'll use that one for now. And yeah, I'm going to probably go for the bass first. So, probably use something like that one there. It's fine if it's a bit light. If needs be, I can always go for the bigger one, as I've got. Now, obviously, when you're going to come here and you're going to go after the tarpon, just in case I've already got this bit showed up, you need at least a keep net, which is going to take 33 pounds worth of fish. I mean, go for something a bit more, it'll be better, but yeah, the biggest tarpon on Everglades, as you can see, is 33 pounds. So, as you can see with my keep net, it can hold a maximum weight of a single fish of 44 pounds. Now, if anyone who's a bit lower level, you'll be looking for keep nets. The smallest is going to be the Fish Fort S, so you're going to need to be a level 28, or you can use a stringer, which is a minimum level of 24. Again, the maximum weight for a single fish is 33 pounds. I actually did have this one for quite a while, just so I could get some fish in and make some money. I did quite a huge grind because obviously I needed a better tackle box, better keep net, and a better waistcoat. But yeah, anyway, so as you can see, I'm bringing all the basics for a spinner reel or casting reel, depending which one you prefer. Obviously, I'm bringing the Christmas one. I don't think it'll work, but I'm going to test it out just in case, see if that will actually get me tarpon a bit easier. And obviously, I'm bringing a shad with a 4-aught hook. But yeah, and for my float, obviously, when I get it all set up, I'm bringing crawfish cuts, duck mussel just in case, medium cut bait, shiners, and shrimp. Unfortunately, I haven't got all the baits unlocked, so it's going to be a little bit difficult to do it all. Anyway, I'm rambling on. So obviously, we're going to go for the advanced license, which is 4,000. And we are going to go to the Everglades, and we are going to hopefully, fingers crossed, get the tarpon as well. Trust me, the amount of times I've been trying to get the tarpon is a bit insane, so I'm just going to go to a friends only one just in case. So, now the tarpon is going to be at this spawn location. We are going to go over here to start off with getting the largemouth bass and the peacock bass. Common snook and the drum are actually in this location over here, but we're going to go max it over here first, so we're going to fish where we can. Thanks, game. Right, now I haven't sorted out my drag in a while, so we'll just down drag it just in case. Right, so the largemouth bass should be over in this way. And it can be a little bit tricky getting the bass's attention. Or it is for me anyway. I prefer not to use a spinner, but I thought I'd mix it up just a little bit. See if I can get them with a spinner today. If not, I'll go back to my normal float rod setup and get them that way. I know some people would advise using a feeder, especially when it comes to the tarpon. But unfortunately, I don't have that privilege. Oh, I say privilege, I just don't really have that much of a time with doing it. Okay, let's see. I know the peacock bass can be around here. I just need to see if I can get the largemouth bass, which is going to be a little bit tricky. Technically, I should have brought a lighter rod for this, really, for these two basses, but I didn't. Oh, here we go. Right, I can drag up a bit. And that will be my... Which one of that bass? That's the largemouth bass. Good, so it's exactly where the peacock bass will be. You can get the largemouth bass around in that spot there, but we've got it around here, so let's go and hopefully get that peacock bass now. Again, it can be a little bit tricky and difficult. Now, my spinner rod doesn't go that far out, as you can see, so it makes it a little bit difficult, and it might make it a bit tricky to get the tarpon with this rod, but hopefully my lure can go out far enough to be able to attract the tarpon, I'm hoping. Now my luck, it'll probably fail absolutely completely, and I'll be like, dang it. Come on. This is going to take a moment. It really is. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. But I know this is where the peacock can be. It's just, like I say, they can be finicky at times. Now, obviously, for the X Series bass jig, I can't remember if I got it from one of these sport events, from doing it, or if I got it from going to a location for 30 days. It's one of the two. I think it might have been one of the sport events, obviously one of the amateur sport events, guys, so that's why I'm using it. You can use any of the bass jigs. It'll give you a better chance of getting the bass. It's just for me, they just don't want to bite. So stop and go doesn't seem to work for me, like at all. Okay, it must be twitching they like. These fish can be very finicky as well, like all the other fish. So let's see if I can get one with twitching this time then. Come on. There we go. What we got this time? What do we have this time? I think that is another largemouth bass. It is. Everything but the one I need. Okay, let's see. Let's go for that one. Okay, short. Let's see how short. It's a bit too short, but we'll give it a try. Again, if I was using some a little bit lighter on my spinners, I might get it a bit more further and get the fish that I need, but I don't think I have the light rod on me. And I'm not wasting my time going all the way back just to come back again. It's a bit too much money. Because then I would have to go and do a grind at St. Croix Lake. I'm not doing that again today. So I'm going to hopefully get this fish without a problem. Okay. Yeah, I need to use this one. Great. Oh, not what I wanted to do today. Come on. Come on, fish. Come on, you peacock bass. There we go. Oh, is that another largemouth bass? That's another largemouth. They seriously moved the location for the... They've moved the location for the peacock bass. Don't say they've moved it slightly. Yay. Yeah, great. Thanks. I don't want the largemouth bass. I want the peacock bass. I know the peacock bass is supposed to be in this spot. Now, unless they're being very finicky, I'll have to change my bait to use my float rod instead of what I'm using. But I want to try and catch them with my spinner. And all I seem to be catching is bass. Oh dear. Yeah, not exactly the best thing. Technically, I should have brought a lighter spinning rod with me. to catch the bass. I guess because I'm not casting far enough out, I'm not getting their attention as easily. So I brought the wrong rod from me. Whoops. Okay, looks like I'm going to have to use my feeder today then. Are you kidding me? Come on. Oh, that was the peacock bass just there. Oh my god. Oh, jeez. Come on. I can't believe this. That peacock bass had followed all the way to the end. I should have just held on for it. Can't believe. Come on. Are you kidding me? Again? Jeez. Yeah. I almost had that one. I can't believe that I could have been done with this spot. Alright, come on. Come on, let me get the fish. Come on, come on, come on. Now, if I was using a controller, it would be a lot easier for me to just do. Come on. Saying I ain't really got the best times for this on the game, weather condition wise anyway, which doesn't help. So trying to get them in a part where there's no real peak is a bit more tricky. Oh, I thought I had that. God dang it. Got you that time. That should be a peacock bass. There we go. And that's the peacock bass. Awesome. But yeah, if you're using a lighter rod, you can literally just catch them around in that area. You can sometimes get around over there for the bass, but that spot seems to be best. And I wasn't even casting that far out, to be honest. Right, so we've now got the first two knocked off, both the basses. So after the common snook and the red drum. Always fun, these two. Snooks are pretty easy to get. You can use a float rod, to be honest. But like I said, I'm going to be using mostly a spinner. Same for the red drum. So just in case, let's have a look at what I need for the red drum. And the snook. Well, snook can go for narrow spoons, which I didn't bring. Oops. Medium spoons, crankbait. I brought a crankbait, luckily. And let's see, red drum. Casting spoons, medium spoons. Good thing I've got a medium spoon then. Right, so I'll put that on. Optimal weight. Awesome. And we're going to go over to this spot over here. The Salty Delta. And I forgot to leave my markers that are over here. Right, now, if I remember rightly, the red drum are around in this area. The schnook are mostly in that area, so I ain't got much of a marker thing to show you. But they can also be over in that area. Now, the tarpon could be over there and over there with the schnook. So it's a bit tricky to always guarantee where they're going to be. And of course, I didn't just do that, did I? There we go. So obviously, we're now over in this spot on the right side of the deck. Hopefully, we'll get a bit more easy. Add a bit more speed to get it off the ground. Come on. Red drums have always been a slight problem for me to catch. Saying that, tarpons are a lot worse. Snook, I don't have a problem catching. So is the red drum. Red drums for me are a pain. Now, is it because they like twitching or is it because they like stop and go? I can't remember which one it is. Always the question. I think it's because they like stop and go more than anything else. If not, I'll just change to my feeder rod. It'll bit. I mean, my float rod will be a bit easier. Save me a bit of time and hassle, to be honest. Come on, red drum. I know you're around here somewhere. It's the only medium spoon I have as well, which isn't exactly the best thing. I should have brought narrow spoons. I might have actually caught it a bit better. Of course, nothing wants to bite now. Great. Thanks, game. Come on, fish. It's always a bit of a question of exactly whereabouts they're going to be. Oh, come on. Either that, they really hate me. They really do hate me. I don't believe this. Come on, red drum. If I don't catch you soon, I'm going to have to start just editing parts out. Yeah. Oh, I'll literally have to be editing. Wow, seriously. Do I really have to try and catch these? Jeez. Come on. See, twitching, I can get down. Okay, you want me to go a bit faster than red drum? Okay. I see how it is. I see how it is, red drum. Okay. Okay. We'll go a bit faster then. See if that gets its attention. It's probably too fast, to be honest. Come on. See, I think it's because I brought a narrow spoon last time I actually tried doing this, and I just can't remember what method I used. Which isn't exactly the greatest thing. Come on. Dang it, I missed. Right. Stop and go seems to be the key here. If I remember right, it's put glasses on, it's just G. There we go. Put the Christmas glasses on just so I don't get the glare of the sun. Yeah, I know. I'm using the Santa Claus glasses because that's the only polarized glasses I have. Right, come on. Come on, fish. Come on. Yes, there we go. That should be the red drum. I hope it is. No, it's a. It is the red drum, isn't it? Yes, a red drum. There we go. Ha 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 ha! The red drum. I can't take the glass off while it's there. But yeah, that is the red drum, guys. Look at that little beauty. I know it doesn't look red because I've got the glasses on, but there's the red drum. Awesome. Right, now I'm going to have fun. This way everyone's going to go, what do you mean you're going to have fun? I'm going to hate myself for this one. Right, Are you joking? It should be the right distance. For snook, anyway. Tarpon's going to be a little bit more tricky. Yeah. It's going to be a bit short. Oh dear. I can't cast it far enough down and out. Oh no. Whoops! Well, as some do say, these things are here to test us, so come on. Now I know this rod can easily take a tarpon because it's obviously done the Christmas fish pretty well. Of course, it wants to not have nothing to do with me at the minute. Right, come on. I need to get a snook. Let's put my glasses on again. Let's try and keep this as low as I can in the water. Now, with the crankbait, you could either go for 3 or 6 foot. I've seen people use them both, but crankbaits can be a little bit finicky, as you can tell. I'm having a bit of a tricky time, but I've not got the distance for it. If I had the right rod, I might be able to cast it out a little bit further. At the minute, I've not got the right rod. If I change my line, I might be able to cast out a little bit further, but again, it's more the fact I need to be able to just get the schnook interested. I might just try for the milk bobber and see what I get with it. I might get a schnook with just the milk bobber. It might be easier. I'm saying might, not saying it will be though. Shoot. I don't think I'm going to fully have the distance with this neither. Okay. We'll pass on using the crankbait. Right, so what can I use? Medium spoon, narrow spoon, spinners, crankbaits. Okay, so let's go with that. Let's see how well that does. Optimal. I'm going to have to change that leader. I'm going to have to change the leader just in case. Now, see, I'm using titanium leaders because they're a little bit better, especially when it comes to like pike. I only use fluoro when it comes to trout, just for the fact that trout do take a bit more with it. Plus, with trout, they usually do bite sometimes a bit more. Let's just spin a bait. There we go. Come on. Let's try twitching. Let's try and get their attention. But yeah. So, I use what I use because it's easier. Like I say, I'll usually put titanium on every line. And I'm going to have trouble now getting snooks, aren't I? Yep. The game's going to be that finicky at me. Thanks, game. Oh, what a dilemma. Right, come on. Come on. Big. If you guys can cast out a lot further than what I'm able to with a crankbait, show offs. I didn't bring the right rod. I didn't. I should have checked the weight for it, but I didn't. That's my own fault. But yeah, sometimes the deeper it can go, the heavier it can be as well. So just be a little bit careful with it as well. Obviously, I bought 2 of the crankbaits thinking I might need an extra one just in case I lost it. Yeah, I messed up on that part. Seriously? Nothing? Come on, Snook. You usually bite by now. If not, I'm going to have to use my float. If not, I'll throw spinner rod over by yours. I might get your attention. Okay, we'll do it this way. How about that? You like that? They're like, no, you're nowhere near. I'll be like, God dang it. Of course I'm nowhere near. Come on. Cast out. Have it like this. Hook is set. And just try and twitch that way. So, come on. Of course I'm going to do a lift and choke because it's too low to the bottom. Here we go. Seriously, where's... Are all the fish going to be finicky on me today because I'm not going fast enough with them? Okay. You want to play this game? Oh, God. Speak to myself with the fish. I don't know. Right, come on. No, I'll just use my float rod. I don't start catching soon. Okay. Fish are going to be irritating. Yeah, I didn't bring a tail for it. Let's see how far this casts out to. Come on, fish. Seriously, nothing. Nothing on the crankbaits. Nothing on the spinner. Nothing on the spinner baits. This game really does hate me today, doesn't it? You gotta be kidding me. Come on. Alright, medium spoon. How about that? Do we have a deal for the medium spoon? Would have had at least some sort of interest by now. Come on. Okay, come on, game. Just let me try and catch this snook. Just do it down, just one. When it comes to twitching. Come on. You gotta be kidding me, the fish aren't gonna bite. Seriously. Alright. Fine. Okay, for me the snook aren't biting. And they're gonna be very finicky. Yeah, I'm not messing around with one of them anymore. No. So, I'm going to get my line reset back up. It's fine. Right, we'll put that on. We'll put that on. We'll be putting on an 04 series hook. And even though it's next series, it's still barbless, which is fantastic. And let's see what bait's going to be better. Shrimp, crawfish, cuts, scallops. So I've got shiners. I'm not using. I've not got large minnows. I'm not going to use them. I've got shrimp and I've got crawfish cuts. I think shrimp will probably do better. The technically I should be using some like shiners, but we'll go for the shrimps. And let me just check the time period. Yeah. So again, I've not got the best day on it all. I'm going to put it down to, I'll say 70 inches should be fine. I'm going to cast about round here-ish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to literally edit this bit out of you guys having to wait for the fish. So I'll be back when I've actually start catching the fish and bring them in. So guys, hopefully it won't take me too long. I'll be right back with the fishing. There we go. We've got something on our line now. Oh jeez, took a bit of time. I had been waiting quite a while for this. Oh, don't you play this game with me, Snook. Come on. This is definitely got to be a Snook. If this is a tarpon, I'm going to be surprised, but... Wow, this is really fine itself. You're going to be a tarpon, aren't you? Wow, I might actually have brought a tarpon instead of a Snook. Oh, don't say I've got a tarpon. This is fighting. Wow, what is it? It was a Snook. Me, right. Jeez. But yeah, what I aimed was just by... Can I zoom? I can't zoom out at night with my hands. I zoomed... I zoomed. I casted near them reeds and that little tree, just behind that. Now you can sometimes get the tarpon around there as well, but they just don't really like me that much. So what I'm going to do for the tarpon is I'm actually going to cast over here. Now there is a load of reports saying that you got to cast at least a minimum of 150. As you can see, I've clipped my line at 150, which is the minimum distance. So I have to try and actually get it. As you can see with the gauge on the side here, because obviously it's clipped, I need it in the top spot here really. So I have to unclip and then try and hopefully get it caught up in there. Now, for the tarpon, I'm actually going to use shiners. I would prefer to try and actually catch this with the spinner, but it's taken me quite a while to try and catch these fish, and I've got to unclip. Beggar. And I've not got the right... Oh, that's the actual fish moving. So might not have... Oh no. Do I have the right depth or was that wrong? Soon find out. Because I did have a ping from the fish. Then again, it could be a snook. Snook and tarpon do go for the same baits, so this is going to be interesting. And I'm going to say, whatever it was, it just took a little nibble and gave up. Beggar! Right, so I know this can take quite a bit of time, so I'm going to wait till my float goes down. If it doesn't go down in the next 30 seconds, I'll edit the bit out. Oh, here we go. What we got? I think that's another snook. Even though it's thrashing around a lot more. And it's got a bit more of a fight. Yeah, that's a snook. I can see that's a snook from here. When it went up in the air. See, and that's usually how snooks act. They actually splash in on the surface more than anything else. Come on. Look, if you're a tarpon, you'd be giving me a lot more problems than this. So now when it comes to tarpon, I'll probably have to drag down. Never mind, look, I'll have a tarpon who will snap my line. Oh, it was, might anyway. But yeah, tarpons are one of the harder fish to try and get, especially on the Everglades, I find. pretty sure that's a snook. If it's a tarpon, I'll be surprised. Come on. Now, the Phoenix should be able to bring in a tarpon. It will be a huge fight when it comes to bringing the tarpon in. But it's just like my Loki. Oh no, is that a tarpon? No, that can't be a tarpon. That's definitely a snook. Yeah, that's a snook. Come on, snook, over here. Just come in. Don't be like that. Just come in. Go on. Yeah, it's fully snook. You can see now. A lot more clearer. Oh, wow, you sneaky little thing. Come on. Come on. Oh, you're going to give me a fight, are you? Come on. Of course, you're going to have to take the line out a bit, aren't you? You. Come on. There we go. Got it in. And that's a trophy. Whee. Awesome. Quite a bit of experience for that. Right, so I need to. I'm going to put it to 90 inches. Now, when I was over there, I actually had it casted to 100. Oh, the line, the leader length was 100, just in case anyone was wondering. I did change the length on that. Right, so we'll unclip the line. I need to try and get it out as far as possible. And hopefully, this should just sit right. Awesome. Now, hopefully, we'll get a tarpon. So, yeah, I'm going to literally now come back and forth when it comes to it. Obviously, if anyone's watching the short version, you guys are going to really have just had all the locations for when I've caught a fish. But anyone who's watching the long version, I do appreciate it, guys. But like I say, we're going to try and be back when I finally get this tarpon. Okay. Now, this fish is going to be a bit more interesting. I think it's going to be another snook, though. Splashing around like it's going to be a snook. Yeah, I think that's another snook. Like I say, you can easily catch the snooks a lot easier than catch the tarpons. That's a bit weird. Actually, that's splashing differently. Well, that looks different from a distance. Actually, I might have the tarpon. That's really. Is that a tarpon? Seriously? You're going to tell me that's a tarpon, aren't you? Come on. This is a tarpon. This is the quickest I've actually caught a tarpon. Oh my god, that is a tarpon as well. Jeez. Okay. Now, as you know, I said, obviously, before you come to this location, make sure you got the keep net to be able to hold the fish. Obviously, my keep net can hold a 44-pound fish. So whenever you come in, make sure you got a keep net or stringer, which can hold a maximum weight of a single fish of 33 pounds. I'd prefer to say an extra bit more, but then again, you'd have to go for a 44-pound keep net, or single fish anyway. So out of the ones I said or higher are going to be better for you when coming here for tarpon. I'm actually surprised I got the tarpon. That is actually a surprise. I thought it would take me a lot longer than this. And literally, I'd only had to wait, what, 2 minutes after casting this and it would bit. When it comes to tarpon, you can on this location. You could use something maybe a bit less than a Phoenix, which obviously we'll go back to the inventory and I'll point out one that you should be able to use. I'm not going to say it will be the best, but that's if you want a bit more of a fight with the fish. But as you know, I'm using a Phoenix, which can take a 22-pound fish or more. There we go. That's the tarpon. So mine was a 20-pound tarpon, so it wasn't too bad. So if you get anything that's a bit more heavy than what I've actually caught, Fennec will still be pretty good. And obviously my drag's pretty well, because it didn't go all the way to the top, as you were able to see. If you're going for something a bit like £20, you could have gone for a little bit less. So yeah, maybe Fennec will probably be the best option when coming to this location for the fish. If you're getting something that's a lot less than £20 or less, you can go for some rod. But again, because they can be £33. Where is it? Come on, Everglades, 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 Everglades. There we go. Apart from the monster fish, which is a terra tarpon. Yeah, I've got to do it at some point. Just the normal tarpon, £33 is the highest. So a normal standard, as you saw. So there's no young, common, great, common. There's no trophy and there's no unique here. It's just all normal. So that common can be £33. So yeah, the rod and reel setup I have is probably going to be the best option in the Phoenix. As you see on the side here. So mine's got a £22 line weight. Obviously, I've got a 22 max drag for my reel, so they're evenly balanced. Unfortunately, my line's only a £20. You could probably go for a braid or mono, probably near £22 line. But again, I'd put a leader on. You could go for something a bit stronger or a bit weaker, like I have, which technically was an £18 test. So if I didn't have that on, it may have snapped. I'm not going to say it will snap, but something like this is absolutely perfect for what we just done. And obviously I use shiners at a 90 depth, and it was over 150 feet out. So just in case anyone's wondering, wherever, obviously at this location, let me just quickly do this so you guys can see. And that's the market location that I have for the tarpon. Tarpons could be a real pain, so I might leave this here just in case I have to do some tarpon fishing. But yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed. I was going to go back to the main lobby and show you the alternative rod, because I thought they'd all be common and those trophies here, but they're all common sizes just at this location, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. But yeah, so we got that mission done, thankfully. At least I got a popper for it. So the next one we'll be trying to do in the next episode is Tiber for the exploration. Now, just in case anyone is wondering, I did, during my time, get the completion of the pike trophies, because I went to St. Croix and I was fishing for pike. You've seen me during the episode get trophy redfin, trophy grass pickerel, chain pickerel, and trophy. Them three are going to be in the Everglades, Emerald Lake. So just fish Emerald Lake and you should get the trophies easy. Trophy Northern Pike, I went to St. Croix. You'll easily get a trophy, of not normals, but you will get a trophy at some point. So this trophy type of collections, I'm not going to worry about explaining how to get it, because you guys will have seen me got most of the fish during the part of the episodes. Anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please do hit that like button, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe. Obviously, I will be back with some more of the fish for like the monsters, obviously the trials, maybe some of the mastering, but we will be doing some more of the explorations. So the next one's going to be Tiber Fun. For this location, for Tiber, we'll be mostly using feeder rods. Obviously, I've only got the one feeder rod, so I'll be trying to catch most of them fish on the one feeder rod. Yeah, it's going to be fun. But anyway, guys, like I said, hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please do hit the like button. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. Obviously, I'll be back with some more Fishing Planet. If you do have any questions, please do put them down in the comment section down below, and I'll try and answer them as best I can. Obviously, the next event is going to be St. Patrick's Day, which will be coming out soon, so I will be doing videos on St. Patrick's Day's fish and the minimum rod and reel line setup for them. So anyone who's a beginner and starting to do the event, when it comes out, at least you guys will be able to know when they're here. Anyway, I'll let you all get on. Happy fishing and enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you back on the lake bright and early the next day. See you later, guys. Bye for now.